This is Hall County Sports, brought to you by Green Ford on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville. Check out the latest deals. Remember, when you go Green Ford. By Mountain View Auto Repair, a full-service shop for all of your automotive needs. Call Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair, 770-535-7278. And by McKelvey Road United Methodist Church. Visit us on McKelvey Road in Oakwood. With 3 worship services, Kids Town, and adult small groups, McKelvey Road United Methodist Church dedicated to transforming the world through the good news of Jesus Christ. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hall County Sports Television. I'm your host, Gary Glenn. Well, it is here, the start of the high school football season. Riverside opened up last Friday, in fact, with a 21-14 loss to Pinecrest Academy. 5 turnovers, 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns. Among them were just too much for the Eagles to overcome. First-year quarterback, sophomore Colin Patel, also did throw 2 touchdown passes, one a 63-yarder to Adrian Humphrey, who joined the team 3 days before the first game, and who picked up another 12 yards on 3 other receptions. Patel also had a 28-yarder for 6 points to Quentin Young, who would finish with 83 receiving yards. Patel would finish 17 for 34 with 202 yards through the air. Now, earlier this week, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes had their annual coaches luncheon in connection with the Kiwanis Club. And among those present was the Riverside coach, Chris Carter, who talked about that game and some of the challenges of coaching at a boarding school.
Riverside Military Academy. We're a little different. Just a little bit. But I knew that coming in. And I knew that when I accepted the head coaching job 2 years ago. Of our 53 players that showed up this year, 41 are brand new to the roster. That's 9 through 12, 53. Not juniors and seniors. My predecessor, Coach Scott Sloan, who got me to Riverside, brought me to Riverside, was kind enough to leave me with a schedule that included, we play in week 0, so we've already had our first game. And we're following that up with a AAA opponent in Lumpkin County, to a AA opponent in Banks County, to one of the better 1A programs, Landmark Christian. Then we get the fun of going into our Region 8A, where we play powerhouses of Walton, Commerce, Athens Academy, Athens Christian, Social Circle, Prince Avenue, and I hope I haven't left anybody off, but maybe the Steelers aren't busy a week and we can go play them too. So what we've got to do is we've got to take my 52 strangers from around the world and make them a family instantly. We don't have summer. I don't see my kids leave on May 22nd. I see them again on August 1st. There is no summer program. There is no 7-on-7 league. And I'm not saying all this to protect myself. I promise you that. I knew what I was getting into, and I willingly accepted the challenge because I believe in the overall mission of what Riverside Military Academy can do for young men. And I don't want them walking out of Riverside Military Academy with any other expectation that it's going to require them to give 100% of their efforts in everything they do to succeed in this world. And that's really what I think Riverside does for these young men, is that they're surrounded by great men, most of whom served our country and have a great vision of how to help a young man become a man. Getting on to football, I'm returning, obviously not very many, but I am returning an excellent defensive line. I've got Marlon Edwards, who's 6'3", 240-pound defensive end who will play 1AA to 1A football in the next year. My nose guard is also my kicker, not a combination you hear a lot at the big boy level, but at 1A, he's a kicker, defensive lineman. Victor Salcido, excellent kicker, will kick at the next level. And the other defensive end is from the football powerhouse island of the Caymans. He's about 6'2", and if this microphone stand was standing next to him, y'all wouldn't be able to tell the difference between body types. But he's tough, and so we line him up there, and we tell him to rush the quarterback, and he does a pretty good job for us. When the kids left in May, I thought I had a Division I defensive backfield coming back. Michael Gallup, Anthony Seymour, Nixon, Everett. None of them back, so not one of them. So what we did was prayed, and God was kind and sent me 4 pretty good defensive backs. We feel pretty strong back there. Quentin Young nails down one of the corners, will play college football. Gabe Bolden, who's a first-year football player, but a pretty good one. We just got a transfer in from North Gwinnett, Zane Stringer, who's excellent, and our other corner is going to be nailed down by a guy who just got back to Riverside, Adrian Humphreys. Offensively, I got a new quarterback, invested a year into my freshman last year. He didn't come back. So I've got a 6'5", 215-pound sophomore who in his first game threw for 202 yards. He was 17 for 34. Small glitch in the system, though. 2 of those were thrown to the other team that was returned for a touchdown. So as the defensive coordinator and head coach, I made sure that the papers were very clear that we gave up 7 points as a defense, and the offense I congratulated on scoring 28, even though they only scored 14 for us. Offensive coordinator didn't like that too much. He didn't find that as funny as I did. Our offensive line is big for us, and just got just about all of them back, and they're fresh because God knows they didn't block a soul last year. So this year they're ready to go, and we're going to put some helmets on some people. And I got some freshman running backs, and I've also got my big defensive end who's also giving us some running back time. So we're going to fight every Friday night. I promise you that. That's all I can promise anybody, is that we're going to show up and we're going to fight for as long as we can fight.
Cotter's Riverside Eagles are at Lumpkin County this week. Our game of the week is West Hall at East Hall, and for the past couple of weeks, as you know, we've featured those coaches. First, Mike Newton of West Hall, and last week, Brian Gray of East Hall. You can see that game, by the way, at 6 o'clock next Thursday, September 1st, with a repeat that next Sunday, September 4th at 2 p.m. We'll have some more football coaches for you later in this show, but next, we take a dip in the pool as Hall County Sports Television continues.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. You know, that works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, just it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, when you going to quit and retire? I say, oh, probably never. You know, as long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working.
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. You know, I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. You know, I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right, or say this thing, or feed your children this, and everything will be all right. You know, Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see?
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, insuring your future since 1905.
If you are looking for a quality used car, then look no further than the car store on McEver Road between Gainesville and Beaufort. You won't find clunkers or junkers at the car store, just vehicles you'll be proud to own. At the car store, they can finance you on the spot, no matter what your credit is. They have a variety of plans. You can even phone your payments in. At the car store, they've been giving outstanding service to the community for over 20 years. At the car store, everybody rides.
Come on down to the car store. We can make you happy. My name's Bob Watson, and I guarantee it.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm your host, Gary Glam. Now, I have a soft spot in my heart for Masters athletes, being one myself in the bench press. And I was happy to see the Lanier Canoe and Kayak Club Masters athletes win their team national title at the Olympic venue on Lake Lanier just a few weeks ago. But now we turn to a different sort of water sport, as a competitive Masters program is in the works in swimming at the Bernal Pool. And we bring to the show now Blair Bachman, who is not only the coach for the Bernal swim team, but she's also heading up the Masters program, as well as a couple of her athletes, Ken Robinson and Jenny Crumley. And Jenny, you pointed out to me before we turned on the cameras that I've had your children on before in different sports, baseball and basketball. But now you're on the show. So first of all, Blair, I got to ask you, what was the impetus to start the Masters swim program at Bernal and as a competitive sport?
Well, Jack Hare and I really just saw a need in the community for triathletes to have an opportunity to train in the pool. We constantly I'm not able to swim as far for as long and as fast as I want to. So, you know, there's a Georgia Masters Swimming Association where Masters programs are all around the state and actually all around the country. So we thought, why not open one at Bernal?
Well, you mentioned triathletes, and I know that Jenny and Ken Robinson here are both triathletes, and is that pretty much what you've got right now? Right now, I would say the majority of our swimmers are triathletes, but we do welcome fitness swimmers or anyone that wants to become a competitive swimmer as well. So how long have you guys been doing triathlons, Ken, Jenny?
I think I started about 7 or 8 years ago, and just in the sprint program, and then sort of elevated on up to a little bit longer distances.
I know that you're veterans, both of you are veteran triathletes. In fact, you got one coming up this weekend, right?
Right.
Where's that going to be?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville. So you have to travel for these things a lot of times, right? But I think there is one coming up here locally on.
Yes, Habitat for Humanity has one on September 3rd.
Is it kind of is it the more or less shorter distance, the quote unquote standard triathlon? But you've both done Ironman distances.
Yes.
What's the toughest thing about getting ready for that? Is it just the time involved?
Well, that's certainly a tough part when you also have families and and working. It's the distances that you have to train. I mean, you have to really for an Ironman, the swim's 2.4 miles, the bike is 112, and then the full marathon. 26.2. So you have to train long distances for each one, and you have to start building for that. So. I think that the hours that you put in probably is the toughest part.
What attracted you to this program, both of you, the Master Swim program?
Well, and we do several distances in triathlons, but for the Ironman, the 2.4 miles, we need to get through that with energy to spare. And what the Masters program will help us do is to give us some endurance. Not that we need to be real fast, we need to get through it and have enough energy to finish the other two without being so winded when we come out of the swim. So that's what we need from it, the endurance, and that's what we're getting.
Jenny?
Well, the swim is the weakest part for me, and I figure for the effort that I put in it, I should be able to get through it a little faster than I do. So hopefully between Blair and Jack, that'll really help, because I've had coaching from them before, or pointers, but this also being Monday, Wednesday, and Friday will get you in the pool regularly, and they'll correct whatever they can.
Yeah, I remember I did one of those standard length triathlons one time, and I thought that was about enough of that. One of them was fine, but the swim really was something. When I hit the shore, I went, I'm tired, like right now, and I've got 25 miles on the bike and a 10,000 meter run left to go. But after a while, you sort of get into it. Now I know that you're looking as a training and an adjunct for your triathlon, but are you looking forward to doing some of this competitive swimming in and of itself?
I probably won't be there. I will train with them.
Yeah. That's one thing to get people to train, and then another to get them to compete on just a purely swim level in that realm. So we're hoping that this year, people will enjoy the whole team and group aspect of it, being able to train with other people, and then hopefully they'll be like, oh, look, this isn't as bad as I thought that it was. It's not as hard, and maybe they'll be like, okay, I want to try one meet.
So you're talking camaraderie kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get you ready for that kind of stuff. Before I let you get away, I'm going to have to ask you about the Brunel swim team. Now,
sure.
I mean, for the college girls, how are they coming along?
They're good. They're moving back to campus this week, and we're going to hit the ground hard with our preseason, and we've got a lot of great competition against NCAA schools and NAI schools this year, and I only expect us to be better than last year, so we're excited.
There you go. Where do you guys hope to go with this?
Just get better, more efficient.
I hear you.
Well, and Gary, what we're looking for is technique. We can swim, and if we're swimming with poor technique, it just keeps embedding in more and more. And by getting the good technique, efficiency is what we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck up in Louisville this weekend to both of you. Was this number 9 for you?
Number 9.
Wow. Okay. Good luck, not only with the Master Swim program, but with Brunel as well. All right. Now we got Blair Bachman, Ken Robinson, and Jenny Crumley. Best of luck to them all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're back to football in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Rob Bruce. I'm the pastor here at McEver Road United Methodist Church. And I was thinking this morning about how complicated life is. We have a lot of choices to make in life and not a whole lot of guidelines to do it sometimes. It's like being a parent. I'd hoped when I was a parent that our kids would come into the world with their instructions printed on their bottom, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. And parenting is so much guesswork. I'm amazed that we hear so many people talk on TV, and we can go into the bookstores and see the books and the folks on TVs that have all the answers, but you and I know that they don't have all the answers. And the answers aren't as simple as they tell us sometimes, that all you have to do is smile just right, or say this thing, or feed your children this, and everything will be all right. Jesus gathered with his followers after he was raised from the dead on a mountain in Galilee. And in Matthew 28, it tells us in verse 17 that even then some doubted. And I think that's interesting that the church was formed with some doubt in it. We don't have all the answers. We have some answers, but we don't have all of them. And if you'd like to be part of a community that doesn't have all the answers, but that can help you be at peace with the questions, well, then we invite you to join us at McEver Road. We invite you to come by and visit us at one of our worship services. Won't you come and see?
If you are looking for a quality used car, then look no further than the car store on McEver Road between Gainesville and Beaufort. You won't find clunkers or junkers at the car store, just vehicles you'll be proud to own. At the car store, they can finance you on the spot, no matter what your credit is. They have a variety of plans. You can even phone your payments in. At the car store, they've been giving outstanding service to the community for over 20 years. At the car store, everybody rides.
Come on down to the car store. We can make you happy. My name's Bob Watson, and I guarantee it.
There are moments in life that you wish would last forever. Dreams that really do come true. Treasures worth protecting. And a future to prepare for. Turner Wood & Smith is with you every step of the way. Established in the Gainesville area in 1905. Turner Wood & Smith has become Northeast Georgia's largest independent insurance agency by offering professional service at competitive prices. Turner Wood & Smith, ensuring your future since 1905.
Welcome back. I'm Gary Glenn. And as I said earlier in this show, our football game of the week is West Hall at East Hall. And most of the area schools will be opening this Friday, although North Hall at Jefferson and Chesterton at West Hall open on September 2nd. For some more scouting reports, we take you back once again to this past Tuesday and the Kiwanis Club meeting.
A lot of high expectations down at Flowery Branch. This could be a special year for us. I'd rather have the high expectations than no expectations at all, because I started the program back in 2002. This will be our 10th entry. And we had very humble beginnings in 02, 03, and 04 when we were 6-24. And no expectations at all. And then in 05 it kind of flipped, and since then I think we're somewhere around 62-15. So our challenge is this. We do have a special group of young men, and I'm excited about coaching them. I'm blessed to be that guy. We have some good athletes in key spots. We have some great veterans returning back. We have size up front. But more than that, we have good young kids. They're great kids, and I'm fortunate to be that guy that's leading them. This year we have the strongest football team we've ever had in the weight room. We had the best camp, preseason camp, when we take them off to Dakota and we run Currahee Mountain. We do all the mojo stuff with them. We had the best camp that we've ever had. Now, I don't know if that's going to equate to winning football games on Friday night, but it certainly is a good start for us. This year, offensively, we return, I think, 5 guys. Names are going to be here in this year. We have a great receiver core, and as you well know, our offense, we're a spread option attack, and we're going to run some form of option football in our running game, but our throwing game, we're going to throw it all over the field.
I think Coach Christmas and a couple other guys alluded to how much they love their job. I mean, this isn't, for us, we go through a lot of high stress and all that stuff, but going to work for us is, man, just seeing those kids getting excited about the year. Everybody loves their team. We're no different, all right? I feel great about our team right now. Last year we had a very young team. We had really 5 seniors. 2 of them never played before, so it was really 3 seniors coming back. And at this time I was just hoping, you know, we can at least, you know, learn some things and hopefully tutor the kids to be good people and that kind of thing. And the kids did that. They fought through the whole season. We ended up winning a couple games at the end, and it put us in the play-in game, and it kind of taught them a lesson. Don't give up, you know, because next thing you know, our picture's all over the newspaper. Still a shot at the playoffs, which I thought was huge for us. And the off season, a lot of our guys that are returning, which obviously we're getting a bunch returning because we were so young, they've built on it every day. I feel like this group, you know, everybody seems to like their team this year. The one thing I like about our group is we steadily getting better. We're not taking steps backwards. I'm not going to make any promises or predictions. We played a scrimmage against East Jackson last week and came out victorious and did a lot of good things, had a lot to work on. 1+, we never punted the ball. But the bad side of that, we needed to convert some of those drives into more points. But we were very happy with what we saw. Defensively, we actually gave up 2 big plays. Other than that, did a real good job stopping people. But some of the folks we face are a little bigger and faster than East Jackson. So we got a lot of work to do. Look forward to an exciting season.
Football season's here. We're excited. We're excited at Gainesville High School. We're excited about the group of kids we've got coming. We feel like we've got some experience at some spots that are really going to help us. We've got some young kids that are stepping up. We've got an excellent 9th grade class coming in. You know, we just feel like we've got the ingredients that we need if we can put it together and get them to get along with each other and to play for each other and not to play for themselves. And I think that's the thing we constantly work for in our society nowadays, because everybody's in it for themselves. And we have to teach them the value of teamwork. And we have to teach them to care about each other. And that's our goal. The only negative thing I got to say about our season right now is I'd like to know who scheduled the first game. We play the University of Beaufort Friday night. We're excited about the season ahead. We're excited about Friday night. What an opportunity to get to face a quality opponent like we're going to get to face in Beaufort and get to see what happens. And hope you'll come out and watch us play. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great football year for Hall County and Gainesville.
Lakeview Academy, football. We had some kids, the paper came out and they asked all their sizes and all this stuff, and kids were mad at me. They said, "Coach, you listed in the paper I was 5'9", 160. And I said, "Okay, well, what are you?" I'm 5'10", 165. I mean, you can't get... Sorry, I missed that just by a little bit. I'll get better next time. We're sitting there. We got 25 players, and that's actually one up from last year, which is a small miracle. So that's what we are. We've never been more than that, and what a challenge that is for us every single year. But we kind of embrace that. We've tried to. This is our 6th year. This is our 4th year of playing a varsity program. Our goal at Lakeview is to get back in the region. Right now we're playing a non-region schedule, and we want to get back in the region and have a chance to compete for a playoff berth. That's very difficult for us to do. It's very difficult for anybody to do it on a year-in and year-in basis, but that's what our plan is, and what an opportunity that we have, and we've kind of embraced this, that we can use every excuse in the book. We're too small, not enough, all those things, but we try to throw those out, and let's go compete, and let's go play, and let's try to improve, and hopefully those things will take them later on, that they don't make these excuses. They don't buy into the excuses.
Now, the schedule for this Friday night includes Flowery Branch hosting Madison County, Gainesville at Buford, Johnson hosting Jackson County, and Lakeview hosting Fellowship Christian. I'm back to wrap it up when All County Sports TV concludes.
Proper maintenance is vital to the life of your car. Let the experts at Mountain View Auto Repair take care of all your vehicle needs. Owner Danny Hammock has over 50 years of experience in the automotive business and has earned a reputation of being honest and fair with his customers.
We try to treat everybody like I want to be treated. That works out pretty good, and try to keep our price as low as possible to keep people coming in and give them a good price for their money. We do whatever turns up on a car, any kind of work, any kind of car, it don't really matter. We do it all. People say, "When you going to quit and retire?" I say, "Probably never. As long as the Lord let me work, I'll probably be here working."
I've been trading with Danny at Mountain View Auto Repair for about 20 years. I've always been very happy with his work. It's very easy for me to talk with him. He doesn't talk down to me. He explains it in a manner that I can understand.
Most of my customers are like friends here. I've known them so long, and I count them as, most all of them as friends to me.
Remember, when you want honest, reliable service, put Mountain View Auto Repair under your hood. What does Applied Images Incorporated mean? It means real people answering the phone. It means real people servicing your business or school. Quick response along with quality production is demanded in our world of business today, and no one knows that better than Applied Images Incorporated. After years of working with graphic artists, marketing managers, public relations departments, architects, and engineers, we have developed an extensive experience in our trade that is second to none. We excel in our knowledge of graphics and printing, signs, banners, posters, brochures, training manuals for schools and businesses. And now, custom t-shirt printing is available. You must see our line of t-shirt designs. What does Applied Images Incorporated mean? It means quick response, quality production, and real people answering the phone. Churches, businesses, schools, picnics, trade show displays. Call us today for any printing or graphics needs that you may have. Applied Images Incorporated at Gainesville White Print, 312 Bradford Street in Gainesville, 770-534-2086.
Gary Glenn back to wrap up some of the athletic accomplishments for our local folks this past week. In softball, with West Hall tied 4-4 with Monroe area in the bottom of the 6th, Ashley Neal stepped to the plate and smacked a 2-run homer to provide the eventual winning runs. Ashley 2 for 3 on the night. Pitcher Miranda Miller got the win, also went 2 for 2 from the plate. In cross country, the Chestatee High girls cross country team swept the first 5 places in a dual meet against Johnson. Chestatee's Sarah Beth English ran first overall in 22:27, while the Chestatee boys took first in a tri-meet, edging out Lakeview Academy by just 4 points. Johnson placed third in that one, but Lakeview's Dalton Snyder was first overall in 18:35. And for their efforts in cross country, Sarah Beth out of Chestatee and Dalton out of Lakeview, they are our athletes of the week. Until next week, I'm Gary Glenn, All County Sports.